Nothing's true. Hello, Bells.
Hello.
Hey, Ryle. G'day, Nicholas. Hey, Shaz. Anxious Aussie.
Hello, Shaz.
Good morning. Thanks, Royal. I'll play a couple of songs while people arrive. Roger.
Hello, Roger.
The best viewer on the universe.
I don't know. I'm kind of partial to Shaz being that.
Get your dislikes in while you still can.
Right? God, I wonder how much crying it took before they finally did that.
Oh, shit. We know why they're doing it, and it's not because of creators.
Oh, you're not the kiss of death, Shaz. You're kind of awesome. Legends? I don't know about legend. Suit's a legend, I'm not. Yeah, this whole canning of the dislike, like viewing the dislike button, that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard of. Yeah. People are gonna dislike shit.
We got the option to turn it off anyway. Hello, Lakina.
Lakina. Always a delight to see you.
All and Oates, Man Killer. Good song. Good mix.
I wish I was the age I was when that came out. Actually, no, I don't, because I was a whole asshole.
You were there. You held my hand so tight. I thought I'd just die. Do you remember when we used to have so much fun? I used to cry sometimes.
All right, they'll turn it back on when Trump gets back in. A good song to start your morning on. Girls is bouncing around with her cats.
I'm just kind of chilling here.
Got your energy drinks?
No, I'm only having the one, because if I have any more than that, I'm going to be unmanageable. As it was, it drank the one too fast.
Like up or dislike the stream.
While you still can. It just smacks like participation trophies to me, you know?
Loved this song when it came out. Be careful with bouncing. You're going to get a black eye, Vomit says.
Yep.
Vomit, they're not silicone, they're soft.
Yes, because I'm a real girl.
It'll be a soft punch. A good bra helps. Gaz, if you want a black eye, just hook up with the wrong guy.
Right? Oh, but don't say that, because somebody's going to get upset. They're going to get upset.
G'day, pumpkin.
You know how people get upset?
Yeah, facts check archive. Yeah, man, long time. Thanks for being a sub and sticking with me through all the bullshit. You can thank Susan and everyone like that for having to delete me content for the time being. We're going to step on eggshells. Hello, EVP
Fuck
Paranormal
that.
Science.
God, I am so sick and tired of people not being able to use the fucking back button. You have no idea. Actually, you do. Maybe nobody else does.
I do. But I don't care. This is here for a bit of fun. This is my place. If you don't like it, you can leave. And if you want to bring shit, then you can get banned. I don't care anymore. Oh, fractured skulls. So overrated.
Yeah, what's good arterial spray between friends?
And there are people out there still cloning me, trying to stir up shit. So if you see a post by supposedly me, make sure you click on it. Go to the page and see if it is.
Likewise, because I've been having people do that shit to me too.
I'm not going to chase around the fucking clones. I don't care what they do, but it's up to you as an intelligent person. Use your tools. Check it out. See if it is a legit.
I had a dream last night.
Ah, lovely song. One more, and then we'll get into the topic.
Yes, this is going to be a good one.
When music was music. Oh yeah. Oh, Jive Bunny. Break out the carton. Good old Dancing Dan.
There was a really good, almost radio show type thing that somebody did some years ago. And that twist song will always remind me of that because it was supposed to be an oldies station doing a mock-up of a nuclear engagement back in the 80s. It was really very well done. I'll have to find the link for you.
Cool.
Great to listen to when you're doing stuff.
So apparently Queen's still going on about me.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nah. She's trying
Are
to
you
phone the
serious
police
to me
here.
right now? Jesus Christ. She's like the Energizer Bunny. Oh my God.
They already know about her because I had to put a report in on her last year. So.
I just can't. I'm sure she's also going on about me, but I literally had not thought about her.
No.
I want to say in like 2 months. Oh, don't flash that thing. Don't. My eyes are already dry. I don't need all the rest of the moisture in my eyes to
Shit.
evaporate in horror. Jeez. She's got a kid to raise. What is she doing?
If
How does she have time? Well, I mean, obviously she's like given over some things. I mean, like brushing her teeth would be one of the things she's given up. Save a little time there.
Might fall out.
I think that was
Oh,
me.
Ryu, there are so many that are still riding my dick. Just they're so gay for me they can't stop. They've created their own show on me.
You've got this whole army of bunny boilers, male and female.
Little fluffers.
Poor fluffers. Oh, and there's Bomb. I hate to tell you this, Bomb, but that stings like hell when it gets in your eyes. Trust me.
Oh, shit. Some good music. So that'll start the day off for you or the night. So g'day chat and g'day bells.
Good day, Suit.
Before we start getting jacked off about the new subject matter to bring up, let's have a message from our sponsor.
Tired of your lame yet perfectly adequate body? Want to exercise
Oh,
but would rather
shit.
just stay home and masturbate?
This again.
Now you can have it all with Jᴏ². Jᴏ² is a self-pleasure workout accessory that combines the energy of fitness with the orgasm from penises, so you can get jacked while getting jacked. The Jack shaft attaches to all standard barbells at one end and grasps your favorite pleasure sleeve at the other end, allowing you to reach new heights in your workout. Jᴏ²'s state-of-the-art pump and tug grip system utilizes a firm silicone fit, ensuring a smooth downward pump followed by a vice-like tug.
I always thought working out sucked, and with Jᴏ² it still sucks, but now it also fucks.
Compatible exercises include bench press, military press, and grips. It's the best way to squeeze out one more rep hands down. Hands up, hands down. Nice job, Greg.
When people ask me if I'm just jerking off at the gym, I say, yeah.
Sweet set, bro. Your dick's out.
In a society defined by multitasking, Jᴏ² is the best way to kill two birds with one bone. And if two tasks wasn't enough to distract you from your feelings of inadequacy, introducing the Jᴏ² Tug and Plug Adapter Mount. Now you can watch your favorite show while pumping iron without ever missing a beat with our newest add-on, the Sip and Rip, a durable wide-mouth straw allowing you to slurp up your favorite protein shake right from the comfort of your workout bench. And it wouldn't be called the ultimate all-in-one system by Men's Health magazine without the Pump and Dump, our patented anal catheter. You'll be so at home you'll never want to leave
man.
the gym again. And for an additional $99.99,
I always forget about
our
that
maximum
part.
power system will do all the heavy lifting for you for
Ugh.
totally hands-free control. Most people reward themselves after doing the hard work, but with Jᴏ², you get to reward yourself while doing the hard work. I call that having your cake and getting off. Who said working out had to be so hard? We did. Jᴏ².
Oh yeah. Get yours now,
Oh.
bells.
Baby.
Keeps getting worse, yeah. Well, that's part of what we're going to talk about, things that keep getting worse. Can't have any fun anymore, can we?
No, that's not allowed.
Not allowed. Let's see who we can offend. this next sponsor.
You've heard of CrossFit, but have you heard of
Oh,
CrossFit?
here.
Hi, I'm JC, founder of the miraculous new workout regime that's sweeping the developed world. When I first started CrossFit, it wasn't necessarily by choice, but pretty soon I realized that my biggest burden was also my biggest opportunity. With our patented 100% mahogany Holy Cross, all you have to do is strap it to your back. The cross does the rest.
CrossFit literally changed my life. I had been looking for years knowing that there was more, and then this thing showed up at my door, and I finally saw the light.
The CrossFit training regime centers around our signature exercise, the crosswalk. Walking for only 8 hours a day, 6 days a week. You too can have the body of an angel.
I have no idea how it works, but I feel guilty when I'm not walking, and that motivates me.
The crosswalk truly is the holy trinity of exercises. It hits the chest, abs, and arms all at the same time.
With CrossFit, you can turn every daily routine into a divine, calorie-burning experience.
I lost 23 pounds in 23 months. That's literally unbelievable.
They say we all have our own crosses to bear. It's just that when I bear mine, I engage my obliques.
My dad got me into CrossFit when I was really young. He said it was super cool. It's super cool.
It's a little unorthodox, and some might find it offensive. But you tell me, are these calves offensive?
Call now, and for only 10% of your annual earned income, you can join the fastest growing fitness community and have your very own cross shipped right to your door. But if you call right now, we'll throw in this free bonus training book absolutely free at no extra cost, featuring new CrossFit exercises like the cross press, the resurrection, the exorcism, deadlift, and many more. Cancel your gym membership and take up your cross today. CrossFit works. You'll just have to take my word for it.
I think there might be a Mormon edition too for those that are into that. And before we get started, let's offend one more group.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo 69.
Oh, Lord.
Goodness. This is Ramon Jaworski on the microphone with Sinfair S and Blacka. Hi, everybody. Time to get nasty. Nasty. 1, 2, 69. Everybody's feeling fierce, so come on, let's ride to the corner store around the corner. The boys say they want some anal beads, but I really don't want them up my butt or between my cheeks. I'm still real sore from my date last week. I like Angelo, Antonio, Tommy, and Peter. And as I continue, you know they're getting sweeter. And what can I do? You know I wanna do them all. To me, felching is just like a sport. Anything dry, that's no good. So just brief me and show me your wood. A little bit of bruise in my life, a little bit of rain in between my thighs, a little bit of Peter on his knees, a little bit of penis is all I need, a little bit of KY in my buns, a little bit of Oscar's big long tongue, a little bit of Gary's hairy hand, a little old reach around, I'm your man. Alright. Mambo 69, let me tell you something. Oh, Jesus. Sorry, here's a towel. Sorry. Oh my God, that tickles Sinfair. Stop. Yeah.
And here comes the best part.
Go up and down and lick it all around. Stroke your hand to the sound. Slam me on the ground. Smack my ass on the left. Smack my ass on the right. Smack me in the face, you bitch. Oh, tug my nipples once, tug my nipples twice. I like a hairy ass, but shaped really nice. A little bit of bruise in my life, a little bit of rain in between my thighs, a little bit of Peter on his knees, a little bit of penis is all I need, a little bit of KY in my buns, a little bit of Oscar's big long tongue, a little bit of
Where'd I find this? I put this together.
Just get a ball and gag and some super glue. You can't run, you can't hide. Close your eyes and open wide. Ooh. Oh. Is that a sheep I hear? Is that some sheep I hear? Oh, that's it, baby. We're in for a treat tonight. Oh, smack me, That's it. Oh, look at smack it. Nice.
Oh boy, Bells. Are we all in a happy, laughing mood now?
Yes, we're in a happy, laughing mood now.
You
We
in a
might
good
not
spot,
be in
chat?
a minute because some of this stuff is going to make me get fired up here.
Well, I think we'll play. Well, there is an intro song that most people are familiar with, but I won't play that yet. I'll play the other Australian intro song. And while it's playing, chat, guess what our topic will be?
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, a week, a month, even your year. But I'll be
Drop the bloody ride, you dickhead.
Come on, chat. Have a guess.
My country don't share no borders because of all the waters that surround our sands. Thank God for our resources because they are the sources of our wealthy lands. Don't try to find the capital or fight the animals, you're on your own. Just drive from town to paradise and you'll see why we call Australia home. Australia, 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 Australia.
Hello, Miss Murder.
Got it. Oh, you think you got it, but have you got a rock where there is nothing at all? We get together, oh, we get together. The weather's always better when there's cricket involved. And we believe that nature is forever. We're all mates, we're all mates, we're all mates, we're all mates, we're all mates. We're multicultural. And why you not living in Australia when you know we are so happy here?
Doing good, Miss Murder.
Alright now fellas, yeah. Now what's cooler than a big cold beer? Ice cold. Here we go. Shake it, shake, shake it, shake it, shake, shake it, shake it, shake, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake, shake it, shake it like a Polaroid picture. Shake it, shake it, shake, shake it, shake it, shake, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake, shake it, shake it like a Polaroid
I don't sing. Wonderful mix. We'll wait for the copyright strike to come in for that one. Fuck them. Fuck them, Bells. Fuck them all.
Fuck them. Joke them if they can't take a fuck.
If they can't take a joke, they can fuck right off. What are we talking about? Chat? What are we going to talk about, Bells?
Oh, let's let the chat see. Let's see if the chat can figure out what we're going to talk about tonight.
Still waiting for the chat to think. Come on, think, chat, think.
I smell something burning. I think they're working on it.
They're working on it? We wouldn't be talking about horse cock, would we?
Oh,
No.
shit.
Hello, my tube.
Hello, my
Ask me
dude.
why I'm limping down the way, and who that fella was who came by
Down, down, down. I've always had a thing for pushing the extremes, and I just got a thing you won't find in the magazines. This molded silicone has got me begging, please give me more of what I really need, 'cause there is no cock like horse cock. Send your asshole into shock. You need horse cock, of course cock. Grab the lube and slam the day away. My shaft is quivering and my balls are turning blue as I think of drinking in a foot or even two of my favorite stallion that I keep in my top drawer. Slip it in and I'll be dripping goo as I take more cock. Horse cock, shut the door and turn the lock. Is your cock a horse cock? You will never hear me saying nay. 'Cause there is no cock like horse cock. Rub my dick inside a sock. Don't stop now, horse cock. Stretch out my insides and make me bray. My lovely horse cock, horse cock. Shoot the doop dup 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 down on a horse cock, my horse cock. Yeah, da 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 da.
I always get you in hot water.
Always get me into hot water.
No. Sadly, we're not talking about horsecock today. Sorry,
No.
chat. No. And you still haven't guessed. It is bullshit. So Miss Murder's on the right track. It is bullshit. Total bullshit.
Is a fact.
Yes. Many cunts out there.
And not in a nice way.
I try to live my life every day. Keep out of strife, come what may. I try to do unto others as I'd have them do to me, but it can't be done for everyone, and now it's plain to see. You are a cunt, 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 a big bad stinking cunt. Say it ain't true, but it'll tell you you're a motherfucking cunt. You are a cunt, 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 motherfucking cunt. Everybody knows from your head to your toes you're a big bad stinking cunt. I try to be real nice, say it twice, be real nice, even though it is hard to keep up this facade. And now I see, dearie me, what an asshole this would be. I'm out of luck, don't give a fuck, 'cause you're the cunt, not me.
Why don't you go fuck yourself, dickhead?
You are a cunt, 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 a big fat stinking cunt. Say it ain't true, but it'll tell you you're a motherfucking cunt. You are
That's right.
cunt, 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 a motherfucking cunt. Everybody knows from your head to your toes you're a big fat stinking cunt. Why don't you shut that scabby cunt mouth before I fuck up your face?
Fuck out of my goddamn fucking face. Whatever.
I try to be real nice, say it twice, good advice, even though it's futile. Fucking imbecile. I don't know why I try to deny this nagging itch. You maniac, gonna get you back, you fucking son of a bitch. You are a cunt, 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 a big fat stinking cunt. Say it ain't true, and it'll tell you you're a motherfucking cunt. You are a cunt, 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 motherfucking cunt. Everybody knows from your head to your toes you're a big fat stinking cunt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yay! But I don't think we're talking about any cunts tonight.
Well, we are, just not that way.
And not that one. You know, that cunt.
Or that one.
Yeah, that one.
You came into my life and tried to do me wrong. So in return for that, I have sent you this song. It tells you
Hello,
what
Talik.
I do and how I feel about you. So take a seat and listen up, 'cause every single word is true. Dickhead, you're such a dickhead. And everybody knows it, everyone but you. You're a dickhead. I hope you'll soon be dead. And this is payback payback time for what you put me through. The way you behaved was a total disgrace. I'd never grow tired of punching your face. You think that putting me down lifts you higher? I wouldn't diss on you if you were on fire. You think you're better than me? Well, you're not my friend. I'll get further in life than you in the end. You're nothing, you're worthless, just dirt on my shoe. Wherever you go, whatever you do, people will sing this song to you. Dickhead, you're such a dickhead.
She is.
And everybody knows it, everyone but you. You're a dickhead. I hope you'll soon be dead. And this is payback time for what you put me through.
We haven't forgotten.
God will punish you, cause you reap what you sow. You're a vile individual from head to toe. Nasty to the bone, unpleasant to the core. I shall drink champagne when you are no more. If I never see your face again, that's too soon. I never met anyone so suited to this tune. I hope your friends desert you and your health is poor. This is what I think you are. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dickhead, you're such a dickhead. And everybody knows it, everyone but you. You're a dickhead. I hope you'll soon be dead. And this is payback time for what you put me through. I wouldn't even give you the steam from my piss. As far as I'm concerned, you can swivel on this. You're simply jealous of me, but I couldn't care less. Cause I have all the qualities you'll never possess. I'd hate to go through life as you 24/7. Cause people like you don't end up in heaven. You will rot in hell, that's where you belong. And when you get there, they'll be singing this song. You're a dickhead, such a dickhead. And everybody knows it, everyone but you. You're a dickhead, we're all glad you're dead. And so is everyone that you ever knew. Dickhead, you're such a dickhead. And everybody knows it, everyone but you. You're a dickhead, everybody's said. I hope you like the song, so screw you.
Yeah, we know who that's for. She deserves it.
Yes. Yes,
But we're not
do.
talking about her because she's
No.
not that important. No. There's more going on in the world than her.
Important
And
shit.
These stupid inbred trolls. Are we going to be talking about the inbreds?
No, we're not going to be talking about the inbreds.
You sure?
I'm positive. Well, some of them might be, because that might account for some of the lack of intellect.
It could do. Maybe they might be their own grandpa.
Oh, no.
Many, many years ago, when I was 23, I was married to a widow who was pretty as can be. This widow had a grown-up daughter who had hair of red. My father fell in love with her, and soon they too were wed. This made my dad my son-in-law and really changed my life. Now my daughter was my mother, 'cause she was my father's wife. And to complicate the matter, even though it brought me joy, I soon became the father of a bouncing baby boy. My little baby then became a brother-in-law to Dad, and so became my uncle, though it made me very sad. For if he were my uncle, then that also made him brother of the widow's grown-up daughter, who was, of course, my stepmother. Father's wife then had a son who kept them on the run. and he became my grandchild, for he was my daughter's son. My wife is now my mother's mother, and it makes me blue, because although she is my wife, she's my grandmother too. God. Now, if my wife is my grandmother, then I'm her grandchild, yeah. And every time I think of it, nearly drives me wild. 'Cause now I have become the strangest case you ever saw. As husband of my grandmother, I am my own grandpa. Oh, I'm my own grandpa. I'm my own grandpa. Whoa, it sounds funny, I know, but it really is so. Oh, I'm my own grandpa. Listen to this now. I'm my own grandpa. You believe that? I'm my own grandpa. Talk about incest. It sounds funny, I know, but it really is so.
An odd song.
A very odd song, and usually associated with incest. Although, if you go through it, nothing in that song is incest. Amazing. It's amazing to ponder. So, chat,
Yep.
what are we going to talk about? What are we going to talk about our good friend Llama? Oh. No, we're not. What about Dan, the dancing egg? No? What about your friend, Queen? No?
Ew. Ew.
No? And we know who this fella is, still doing fake hauntings. No, not going to be talking about that either. What are we talking about? State of the world, sort of. What do you think the chat needs to know, Bells, or?
I think the chat needs to know. I don't think they're going to figure it out.
Yeah, probably not, since we haven't really given any fucking hints at all.
No.
I mean, no, 42 minutes in and we still haven't brought up the subject, and they're still with us.
Well, that's our shining personalities, I think.
Yeah, it has to be. It has to be.
So do you want to let the lefty broach the subject?
What about if we just give away the first two letters? W.
W and O.
Whoa. Oh, geez. Whoa. What could
Woe
that
is
be?
us. Woe is the world.
Whoa. We are woed. Oh, shit. You know, things that are woed and foed, I suppose, too. First two letters of that word.
And it could lead people to getting
Hello,
snowed.
Mama Kaz. It could.
Hello, Kaz.
What is this bullshit today? This woke.
It's very pervasive bullshit. It's to be found anywhere.
And everywhere. Woke. Woke bullshit.
Yes.
And it's forced.
Mm-hmm. And I'm tired of it.
We're all tired of it, from the left to the right. No, not women fornicating, but a good guess. Damn it. Forced whiteness, forced diversity, forced agendas. Could be anything from Black Lives Matter through to feminism even. SJWism. All the agendas.
Oh.
The alphabet.
Whoa, don't start me on SJWs.
Oh, dear.
I have a whole ratchet of stuff to say about that.
We say this thing, and then if we bring this up, we're automatically put into a category of Nazi, women-hating, right-wing conspiracy theorists, and yet we've got a left-leaning person here. in the panel.
Yes.
It's not just right-wing or left-wing. It's affecting everyone. And just
It
because
is
you are
making
against
people incapable of critical thought,
critical
and it drives
thinking.
me insane.
Common sense, critical thinking. I mean, just because you're against what a movement has become doesn't mean you're against the people or person.
Right.
Or the sexual preference. And boy, are we allowed to have preferences if we don't fit into these groups? Of course not.
I
have a
called
preference
transphobic. I got called transphobic because I said that would not be the gender that I was interested in. You know, I like men and I like women. And that's suddenly that's wrong. Suddenly I'm oh, well, you can't be an ally and say that. And I'm like, okay, let me tell you something. If I knew that the person sitting right next to me was trans and somebody started to walk over to them and give them a hard time for being trans, then my wheelchair is going to turn around and run over the person's foot that's hassling the trans person. That doesn't mean I want down the trans person's pants. And that's okay. I'm allowed.
No, you're not.
No. Yes, I am.
Not by society, not by the woke crowd. Did you know they want to drop the L from LGBTQRSYZ, whatever the fuck they're calling it now? The rainbow people.
What?
The alphabet people. And when I say
and
use those
as a needle scratches across.
Those terms I use because they keep adding letters to this thing that they've now created. And oh dear, we're going to get struck down by the woke crowd for that. No, we have a lot of LGBT friends that don't adhere to this, whatever this ideology has become.
I resemble the bee.
We've got a lot of people, and one of them is a good friend of mine. I'm not going to say who, but he is being persecuted because he does not agree, and he's a gay man. He does not agree with putting children in drag and letting them into a gay club. And we're talking about kids 6, 7, 8, 9. He doesn't agree with that, so he's getting persecuted for it. People don't.
Which is the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
What the fuck? But now we're going on to lesbians are transphobic now if they don't take the dick. Have you heard about this, Bells?
No, I'm sitting here with my chin scraping my desk like, what the fuck?
I mean, to me, a lesbian has chosen to be a lesbian because they don't want the dick. And calling it a lady dick doesn't make it not a dick. And we'll bring up the article now so you can all see, if you haven't already heard about this.
Oh, my God. My eyes are going to bleed.
Boom.
I can feel my poor brain starting to swell.
We're being pressured into sex by some trans women. Where's the feminist movement and the women's right on this? I mean, shouldn't they be fighting for women? Oh, but they are. Now that you're a trans woman, a woman is real if she's trans, they claim. And I always say, well, if you need to preface that you're a trans woman, then you're not a woman. That's what I say. You might want to become a woman. You might feel that you're trapped in the wrong body. That's fine. If you've transitioned into what you call a woman and get accepted, fine. I'll do you the courtesy of using your pronouns if you've put the effort in to look like a woman. But that does not mean you can force a woman into sex if you have a dick. I'm sorry. No. No means no.
It has
here it
to
is.
be. It has to mean no.
Is a lesbian
and
transphobic?
I'm sitting here.
Does not want to have a sex with the trans women.
I'm floored here.
I didn't share this with you.
I am robbed of smart ass comments.
I wanted to surprise you with this article, knowing that you're
Oh, I'm surprised, dude. I'm surprised. Except that I'm not. because stupidity is more common than hydrogen.
It's amazing how now
people are
the
trying to
feminism-
just squeegee this shit into. Oh,
It's like, we want to, equal rights for women. The pay gap, which has been debunked, and then some women are getting paid more than men due to this. And now it's like men can be women, so we can let them into athletic sports and ignore biology, and thus get a man who's a woman punch the shit out of a woman. Hello, biology. If we're all betting men, we should be betting, if we're all betting people, we should be betting on the trans man, the trans woman, in women's sport because of biology. So now men can be better women and are getting protected as women.
Are you familiar with the
how
term?
crazy?
Are you familiar with the term TERF? TERF.
Yes.
TERF.
Trans exclusionary
Radical feminist.
Radical feminist.
And
what the fuck is going on? Where the feminists won't stick up for women that are getting their shit kicked out of them by a man that's pretending to be a woman.
Because they're scared. They're scared of getting called TERFs. They're scared of getting excluded somehow, or othered somehow, or condemned somehow. The last thing I knew is somebody walking up and yelling, "You're a TERF," in my face isn't going to make me bleed. It might make my fist have an interaction with their face, but I'm not going to bleed. There are places where born women should have the expectation of being with others that feel the same way. That's not being discriminatory. That's a choice. That's their choice.
Absolutely. It should be a choice regardless of your sexuality, who you're attracted to, preferences, all the rest of it. Should be your choice. And if you find out that this stunning woman that you're dating has a penis and you're not into that, that's a preference. That doesn't mean you're transphobic or you hate that this person has decided to transition without going the full hog. That's fine. But forcing or shaming someone for not going all the way because you've got a trans dick or whatever is just ridiculous. The same shit with, and we'll get into that later on, is, if I can find the article, it should still be around, a trans man and a trans woman, they have a baby, and the man has decided to transition into a woman, so is trying to feed the baby, the newborn baby, of his man tits. It's like, to me, that's child abuse, because the child is hungry. I don't care what your biology is. I don't care if you could eventually get milk from a man. I don't give a fuck about that. This is a new child born by a so-called man.
And they're expecting me to call breastfeeding chest feeding. I'm not going to do it.
Ain't happening. Breastfeeding is breastfeeding. Oh, we're pregnant people now. No, pregnant women. If you're biologically a man, you can't get pregnant. Even if they insert a wound later on, you're still genetically a man. Otherwise, you wouldn't be taking hormones. Because you've got to transition from one to the other. Which means what? Two sexes, two genders. Oh my God, shit, strike down this channel for being transphobic. No. Don't care what you want to transition into.
Somebody will try, and it's getting further and further and further away from logic, from choice, actual choice.
Absolutely.
Here's an example.
This pregnant trans man would have milk in their chest. If they want the trans woman to pretend to be feeding, then get that milk from your partner, put it in some kind of chest feeding utility bottle, and then you can pretend you're feeding, and you will be feeding the baby, not, having it suck on something and desperately to try and get food.
Exactly.
Disgusting.
Exactly. I think they even make those.
Yeah. I mean, I don't, I might think it's disgusting that those two have changed whatever they want. That's their life. I don't care. But there's a new child involved. Use your common sense biology. And I mean, that child's probably going to grow up and be fucked in the head anyway. And we'll see 10, 20 years from now when the lawsuits start coming back from children that have been forced to transition or forced to live some stupid fucking life. And I've got no issues with gay parents and trans parents wanting to bring kids up. That's not what I'm saying. It's forcing this agenda and this bullshit, telling them that they can choose what they want to be. No, they are what they are. What's between their legs?
There are different schools of thought. There are people that strongly feel, and I to some degree agree with this, that being gay and straight isn't necessarily a choice. I think people are wired that way, but, and this is a but bigger than my fat butt.
You can't, force, say, a gay person to be gay or a straight person to be straight. They'll find out what they are when they go through puberty and start looking at who they're attracted to.
Precisely. And there are people that want to say, there are people that want to take their young children and indoctrinate them and try to force them to choose as they have.
Yep,
and
absolutely. And I agree.
Either that or force them to be trans when they're not. That one absolutely makes me want to break out in a rash.
Yeah.
That pisses me off.
Life.
Screwing somebody's body up with hormones or screwing their head up.
Just because they don't want to date a black person. Absolutely. The choice is preference. And Bill's is the opposite. She prefers the black person dating the black person and does date a black person. Does that make her racist towards white people? No, we don't talk about that. But it is starting to get increasingly more and more anti-white, using this fucking agenda and saying everything's white, blah, blah. It's like, fucking, of course it is. You Westernize, and majority of Westerners are white. So it doesn't matter what fucking ratio you take. It is what it is. You go to fucking China, majority of people are Chinese. Is that fucking, should we start an anti-Chinese thing? If we go over there and move and we're white? No, you just grow up. Just because something was built by whites or blacks, it doesn't matter. It doesn't make it racist. There might be people that are racist,
I just can't.
But
there are plenty of people that are racist.
On whites, it's actually making more racist by doing this shit too. And that's what
it's creating a whole lot more friction.
Wants to do. This critical race theory. What are you trying to do?
No.
You're trying to split people apart, pitting people against each other. That's not the way to move forward, whether you're right or left.
It's divide and conquer is what that is.
That's what's annoying. And you can't say that these days because of where certain woke people, and I'm not going to say it's the left or the right, it's radicals that are into this. And majority of them, yes, are left-leaning, but that doesn't mean that all the left are radicals. And because you're not a radical, Bells, you'll be classified as a right-leaning person, just like Tim Pool now.
I've already had that actually happen to me, and I told them to kiss my fat left ass.
It's ridiculous. It's like you're trying to bring up a conversation, and we should be having these conversations to work things out, but no. I mean, a recent example, we got that Kyle Rittenhouse trial, and many of people on the left in Twitter didn't realize that he did not shoot black people because of the narratives being spun in the media. Isn't it amazing? I'm not going to get into the trial, but just simple things like that shows you what's happening. It's like, come on, your right to bear arms, your right to self-defense. Self-defense is getting attacked now. And you're a big believer in the guns, your rights, military and all that you've got behind you.
Mm-hmm. That was part of the reason why I got told that's what part of the reason why I got told I was alt-right at the VA the other day. Because I'm pro-Second Amendment.
They're trying to push your buttons. And it's like, hang on. I mean,
I'm
more of a
my buttons
centralist
didn't really
myself.
get pushed. I laughed in her face and I told her that, she needed to put the crack pipe down. And I just rolled off on my way going, what an idiot.
Yeah, I'm more of a centralist myself, common sense. And before I started YouTubing back in 2016 or before that, I didn't really know about the right and left wing American shit. I just thought common sense, and that's all I was going after. And then it turned out most of the SJW's victim narratives are from the left, the oppression Olympics. who's got the most fucking
Yes.
things wrong with them. It's like, oh, fuck off.
And
And
I'm
then
sick of it.
it went from
Speaking
that
as somebody
to
on the left, I don't want them anymore. They,
advocating on behalf of someone or some problem. It's like, hang on, really? You're going to, cry about someone? It's like, hang on, you're going to advocate for black rights when you didn't even be born black. You're going to take up that challenge, or it doesn't even have to be black rights, it's whatever narrative. But you're doing it for victim points. There's a difference between standing behind a cause and trying to get your 10 minutes of fame shit. Like these so-called trenders. They're not really transitioning from one sex to another. They're just using the hormones to either just grow a beard and then they want to stop and, just to get their 10 minutes of fame. Oh, I'm dysphoric. Dysphoria doesn't exist anymore. So, fuck off.
I knew somebody that was a transgender. She, and I will call her she now. She decided that she wanted to become trans male. Okay, fine. Took that at face value. I'm like, whatever.
Yeah.
But then she proceeds to get pregnant, not once, but twice.
Yeah, which is biologically what happens.
Well, yes, it is. Yes, it is.
And that's fine.
She then, because she had a crush on her boss, decided that she was going to detransition, get electrolysis on the beard that she grew. And I found out later that it wasn't just the boss. The other reason why she decided to detransition is because she was popping up with male pattern baldness. Yes.
But where I was going with this point is these trans trenders that, I'm not really a trans trender, non-binary, blah, blah, fucking blah. You only really transition between the two, the X and Y, and that's why you get your hormones for the X and Y. You can't get a unicorn fucking hormone or a non-binary hormone. Right? But these trans trenders that, it's everywhere now, non-binary is being accepted everywhere, are making it hard for the legitimate trans community, those that really are trying to transition to the opposite body because they feel that they're trapped in the wrong body. Whether I agree with what they're doing or not, that's irrelevant. It's their choice, their body, and that's how they're feeling. But these trans trenders are making it fucking hard and turning what they're going through, their journey, into a mockery. And it's turning the majority of us, because, let's face it, like I said, majority white for Western countries, while the majority is heterosexual for the earth. It's just the majority. You can call it normal, or you can say that word normal is offensive, whatever. The point is that's the majority. And the majority were really taking on the LGBT and including them and starting to go well, and now they're looking at this shit with the non-binary, and it's having the reverse effect, where a lot of the normies, if you will, are starting to go, oh, you guys are fucking crazy, and putting the crazy and associating that with the LGBT.
Mm-hmm.
And that's making it hard for them too. And so where can we talk about this? We can't, can we? This stream will probably get deleted.
Which is absolutely ridiculous. And I know a few people who are non-binary. I don't have any problem with them because they're, like Mama Cass just mentioned, they're not making a huge goddamn song and dance about it. If somebody quote unquote misgenders them or doesn't refer to them as they, them, they don't care unless somebody's deliberately being hurtful, and that's being an asshole.
Unfortunately, they are hanging on to that term non-binary, which is bullshit. But you can be, let me finish. All right?
Sure.
There's only, in my eyes and the majority of people's eyes, heterosexual. You do the opposite, right? Lesbian or gay, which is you're doing the same as you, or bi when you're doing both. That's it. But you can have a preference, right? And this is where I think all these fucking 50-odd, 500-odd genders come into play, right? These are preferences. If I've got a preference for, a fat, hairy woman that looks like a man but is a woman, then I could give that a name, right, and say that's a preference. if, I say that I feel like I'm more feminine or whatever, and everyone sometimes feels a little bit more feminine or flamboyant or more masculine, every now and then. It's just the way we are as humans, right? But I might think that, I feel more feminine, but I'm a man, and I know I'm a man. Oh, that makes me non-binary, so I can class myself as that, and I might class myself as, a fatto-hero gender, because I like fat, hairy women. But that doesn't mean that that's a gender. That's a preference in my eyes. So your preference and what you believe you are, these are all preferences. They're not genders in my eyes. Now, you being on the left can word that probably in a different way. You understand what I'm saying?
And I'm a lot more laid back about this whole thing. I really don't care unless somebody is pushing that choice or that identity at me and insisting that I take it on. If they walk up and they say, hey, I identify as a fucking attack helicopter, my pronoun is blah, they're going to get that from me. I don't care.
That was the meme that, what started because of all this. And it wasn't to insult the person who believes that they are something else. It was to point out what it is, as you're calling yourself whatever you want. Like Riley fucking Dennis, to name a name, believes he's a fucking lesbian. And he is dating a woman. So he's in a heterosexual relationship. I don't give a fuck what he wants to call it. He's not a lesbian. In his mind, he might believe that. He might want you to use she, her pronouns, but he doesn't look like a fucking girl. So I'm going to call him what I see him as, and if that's offensive, then continue your fucking journey and become a woman. Don't just put a fucking wig on or fucking get some facial fucking reconstruction and call yourself a woman. Put some effort in, for God's sake.
I know.
That said, hello, Mr. Dax. Hello, Kathy. I agree, Kathy. I mean, if there's a friend of mine that decides, and they're a good friend of mine, and they decide to put a wig and a dress on and say, I'm a girl, and they want me to say she, her, out of respect, I will, because they're a friend. If I met that person and didn't know them in the street, like, that whole it's ma'am fucking bullshit, sorry, yes, sir, no, sir, 3 bags full, sir, is what you're going to get from me. Blair White, for example, still has a dick, looks feminine, so if she went, and approached me at a counter, I'd be saying, oh, hi, ma'am.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't need fucking all these pretend people fucking, I'm a non-binary unicorn or whatever, or, I'm a cat. Because they
I saw that video. There is actually somebody that tries to be.
You can do as many body modifications as you want. Biology's still biology, Yeah, there's some women that might not be able to get pregnant, especially if they put some shit in there. And no, the X, Y, X, X, and Y shit doesn't work that way. There's only one X and one Y. It doesn't matter how many they comes apart. The same with intersex people that are a deformity. You don't want to be called that. I'm sorry, but you were meant to be born a boy because of a certain gene. Well, let the medical people try and fix you up as best they can and what you want to be when you're old enough. Doesn't make it a third gender. Shows you biology tried to do something went wrong. Yeah, you can be cats now,
Yeah, you can be trans species. There's this guy named, he's passed on since then. Guy who used to go by the name Stalking Cat, who had all kinds of implants put in his forehead and his cheeks.
Yeah.
And, these little things that he could stick whiskers in, had his teeth done in points, went around wearing these long ass acrylics, and eventually committed suicide because he was nuts.
He did.
Yep.
And Master Dax, the majority of intersex cases can be gendered into male or women. That's true, with the caveat of the hormones that you have to take for the rest of your life. If you decide to go into what you were biologically supposed to be, male, you won't need those hormones for the rest of your life. However, if you're trying to present as a woman and go the woman way because you believe that's what you were, then you will, just like any other person that's transitioning from one to the other.
Mm-hmm. And sometimes sometimes the lines get really damn blur when you're talking about intersex people. That friend of mine that recently passed on was intersex and chose the
Which
male
is rare,
gender
by the
because
way.
it was just, it could have been a flip of the coin for them.
Yeah, but the coin did land, and there was a genetic problem. So,
Landed on the edge. Poor guy.
It landed on the Y. There was a Y there. Unfortunately, got a Y, you're a guy. It's the way it is. Now, that doesn't mean that if you choose to do something else, we don't have to, we can respect that. That's sure. It's your body, your choice. But forcing it is the issue that is annoying a lot of us. Forcing it everywhere. Same with forced diversity. Let's have everyone, all this and all that in a show. And it shows when you force it. And we can give you a couple of examples of how it.
How about
it doesn't
the
feel
Stand?
forced.
They screwed that up.
The Stand. I watched one episode of that. I couldn't be bothered after the first episode. I'm sorry. Right.
I watched it because it was sort of like a slow motion train wreck.
I would have preferred The Stand to actually be, presented the same way as the book, because that's what I was hoping for. But I didn't get that from the first episode. I thought, fuck this shit. But you can talk about The Stand and the diversity in one moment. The thing I can give as an example of diversity done well, The Expanse.
Yes.
The Expanse is done so well, and it's because of the writing. It doesn't matter what color or fucking race or whatever you are. And they even go into genetics, having, 3 dads and friggin' 4 mothers, because they mix the genes before you're born type shit. And it's because of the way the characters are written. You write a good character, it doesn't fucking matter what color it is. But you focus on the color and force it in there like a cardboard cutout, it's going to be, boom, in your face. You're going to be like,
obvious.
What the fuck? So,
and they seem to want to take the old classics.
The Stand?
Yeah, they want to take the old classics and they want to change genders of people. There was one of the people from Boulder that had initially started out as being a male character when the book was written, and they flipped script and made that person female. I didn't mind so much about Larry Underwood being made black because the way the actor portrayed it passed for me. It was good for me. But there was a lot of this other shit.
If it's written well, but then
and if the actor knows what the fuck they're doing.
With a 20-foot pole, like James Bond, white male English, that's a character. End of. You want to create a different character that's a spy? Great, start a new show. Example would be Alias. Alias, fantastic fucking series. Had a woman lead. It got a bit fucking trapped in its own friggin', script, but overall, brilliant fucking, series. Enjoyed it. You don't need to change James Bond into a female. You create your own character. And that showed it was 5 seasons long. It was successful.
Now, this isn't a comic book that I follow, but apparently at one point they had Thor female.
Yeah.
Which really annoys me.
They're apparently doing that too. And it is comic book. And yes, they've got She-Hulk coming as well and all that shit. That's going to backfire big time. Because, again, the majority of people haven't read comic books that far. They know the basics. It's only the real nerds that would follow it,
Right.
So,
She-Hulk She-Hulk has been a thing for many years. There's regular Hulk.
I never
and there's
knew
also
about She-Hulk because I didn't follow the She-Hulk stuff or the Hulk comics or any comics, to be honest.
Right.
I knew the basic Thor. Captain America wasn't really big here because, again, we're not America. It's Australia. So, we had the thing like the Phantom. The Phantom was pretty big here. So, you can change things and introduce diversity. And another good example, 2 series I love. Dexter ran for 8 years. The last season I felt was rushed writing-wise, but I fucking love the series. It's now come back for those that don't know. Dexter is back. And there's a gay shopkeeper. So what? It's not forced in your face. It's written well. It's natural how everything is written in that show. because it's fucking good character writing.
And this is how it should be. It's like, okay, this character is an attorney. This character also just so happens to be gay. Or this character just so happens to be Asian, or happens to be whatever. But when you take that identity and you try to use clay and mold something around it, it's going to fall apart.
Absolutely. And I was worried, right, when they announced Dexter. But let me show you the trailer for that, for those that did not know that new Dexter is out. Yes, it is. It carries on 10 years later from where he left off. And, I mean, Harrison, his kid, is now 10 years older, so that's worked into the story too. Not going to spoil the story. I'll just show you the trailer. I watched the first 2 episodes, and I'm blown away. I'm back in to Dexter again.
How are you feeling right now?
Well, it's been a whirlwind. I've always had my demons, and so I went away.
What's up, Jumbo? Hey, Mr. Lindsay.
Diversity, not forced.
But sometimes I have an urge too strong to ignore.
Yes, you've missed 2 episodes.
Easy there. What is the problem? Yeah, I kind of have a thing about blood. Every day I move through this world, faking it. Knowing if someone knows who I am.
And the sister's back. Those that know,
oh, really?
She passed away.
That's it.
Now, where you can watch it, I can't really link, but I can say to you that if you've got an ad blocker and search for ACT vid, you should be able to come across a nice place that will stream these things. So.
ᴍᴜᴜ.
This is all about blending in.
You fucked up. Now, if you remember the series, his dark passenger manifests as his father, as a ghost, talking to himself like his conscience. Same thing's happening in this new series, but now it's evolved into the dead sister.
Oh, dear.
Fucking good writing. So there's one example of diversity done right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it doesn't
There's
matter
a word
if the
for that
shopkeeper's
when
gay.
what you're talking about with the father and then the sister, and that word is introject. And it's an interesting psychological phenomenon.
Now, my next example, I'm only going to show the trailer, and I'm not going to spoil anything more. I did watch it today with Anxious Aussie, and it blew me away. It was like, oh, fuck, they've done something right. It has inclusion, diversity done right. Nothing's forced in your face. You know, it continues on from the original storyline, expanding upon it and bringing it back to the original. Similar to the Cobra Kai series, if you haven't watched the Cobra Kai series, that continues the Karate Kid fucking brilliantly. And I'm waiting for season 4 of that. And if you haven't seen that, we'll play that trailer too, because you must fucking see it. But this movie continues on. Let's play the trailer. You'll know it when you see it. And I recommend not using the pirate sites for this one. Go out and see it. Pay your fucking money to see it on the big screen. It is fucking worth it. So let's get that up.
What are you doing here in Somerville anyway?
Honestly, my mom won't say it, but we're completely broke. And the only thing that's left in our name is this creepy old farmhouse our grandfather left us in the middle of nowhere. Why'd you bring me up here?
Entertainment value?
What is that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't have much faith for Matrix 4.
Somehow, a town that isn't anywhere near a tectonic plate, that has no fault lines, no fracking, no loud music even, is shaking on a daily basis.
Under the dining table now! Hey, remember that one summer we died under a table?
I found this in my living room.
Whoa, killer replica.
A replica of what?
A ghost trap? There hasn't been a ghost sighting in 30 years. New York in the 80s? It's like The Walking Dead. Your dad never mentioned this to you?
It's just my mom.
These two kids, fucking amazing. You know, I didn't expect it. Brilliant fucking casting. You can actually feel that she is the granddaughter of Spengler that passed away. And her intelligent jokes are only really gotten by this kid, and that's what plays off well. They're dad jokes that she kind of tells, which for us are like, ugh. But with them two, it works so fucking well. And again, diverse character there, you know. Mm-hmm. I didn't just look and see a Chinese kid. No. I saw a nerdy podcaster that this girl that never makes any friends because she's so nerdy, made a friend with. It was well done.
My grandfather died. My mom says we're just here to pick through the rubble of his life.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Call it fate. Call it luck. Call it karma. I believe that everything happens for a reason.
Yeah, I was also afraid that it was going to be Stranger Things type thing, which I don't mind the Stranger Things series.
Good.
But I didn't want it to be Stranger Things. It was like be Ghostbusters, and it had the Stranger Things kid in it. I was like, oh no. But it did work, and it didn't feel like Stranger Things for me.
Come on, darling.
It has a gunner seat?
That's awesome. And the little Chinese kid makes this, you know, the ghost traps, puts it on a fucking remote control, you know, car and starts driving it around. It's like those are the Goonie type things that fucking are brilliant and makes it work.
Yeah.
Without making it look like a Goonies. The special effects, they didn't go overboard. And they in fact slowed, from what I read, the frame rates, which is CGI is normally 60 frames per second or more to make it look glorious. Mm-hmm. They slowed their frame rate down to what the human eye could see normally to make the CGI look more realistic. And it worked. When you see the dogs basically are transitioning from real dog, models into CGI, you don't notice it because of what they've done. It's brilliant. And Anxious Aussie watched it with me, and the version online is the Act Vid version is very, very cam recorded. So I wouldn't recommend watching it to spoil it for yourselves. I'd recommend going to the cinema on this one, showing Hollywood and saying that this is the shit that we want. We don't want this feminist throwing shit together like the 2016 version.
Yeah, that was unfortunate. We'll just call it that.
And it's ironic, that Leslie James and all those are screaming at the top of their fucking voice, how dare it ignore our version, blah, blah, fucking blah. And it's like, hang on a minute. Your version ignored 2 previous films, you fucking cunt. Don't come screaming that this one ignores the other 2. And the 3 actors are back. Fucking brilliant. The way they're portraying their real selves. we haven't seen the post-credit stuff because it didn't come with that in the version we watched, but there is post-credit stuff to set up a sequel. So I'll be going to see it in the cinema for that. You'll notice that she, the little girl, picks up the proton pack, and the first thing you're thinking is, what the fuck? There's no way she'd be able to fucking carry that. It's revealed why at the end of the film, and I'm not going to spoil that. So there's a reason. And it's paranormal. And oh my God, the ending it's so many feels, and it does tribute to Harold so fucking brilliantly.
That's good.
There were so many feels moments, and if you read our chat for those that have been verified, you'll see it. Hello, Kaz. So yeah, that was fucking brilliant. I recommend it highly, and it's an example of diversity done well. We don't care if it's a girl that's at the lead. It's the same with the Star Wars shit. They brought their woke shit in. We didn't care that Rey was the fucking female character that was the lead. In fact, Poe and the other guy, they had great chemistry. They could have turned out to be gay characters, and none of us would have cared because of the chemistry those two had. But the writing of the sequel after that and the sequel after that didn't, it didn't continue properly. What we cared about was the Star Wars lore. The established lore was not continued. All of a sudden, she's got all these powers and she didn't get them. She got them from nowhere. It was like, hello. No, she needs training. Oh, we'll just throw some training in with Leia at the end on episode 3 or whatever the fuck, 9. No, it's not that we wanted that flashback. You're missing the whole point. She could have been fucking written as a Force Jesus, She could have been done that way, but it has to be good writing. Oh, she's a Palpatine. Oh, okay, so Emperor Palpatine, after he decided to become evil, fucked a couple of people, had kids, and they had grandkids. No, fuck off.
It was that weird clone shit, that Strandcast bullshit.
Well, the cloning shit with these, what was it, Snoke or something like that in number 2? In 8. I mean, I'm treating it as a separate series, 1, 2, and 3. Now, Snoke, fine, great actor, great, thing. It was fantastic looking, right? They could have made that. That's where the Emperor went after he passed away. His ghost went into, say, General Hux or whatever the fuck it was back then, and then because he got, more evil, that's what happened with the face. Great. Oh, shit, we struck him down in number 2. Okay, well, number 3 can make that Snoke ghost go into that other general guy that's there that was getting punished or whatever. We could see that the dark side, the dark side can transfer, and that would go with the whole, back, we can bring people back to life and all that kind of shit that he was talking about in episode 1, the prequels. So there's things that they could have done if done right.
And they chose to
would
not
have made
do it.
Brilliant. But it was more of a battle between fucking let's bring our feminist agenda and wokeness, and a battle with the fans and a battle with the directors fighting each other. Oh, one throws away the lightsaber, the other one grabs it and says this is the most important thing and gives a finger. They make Luke to be a hermit and they make him look bad. Sure, he could have gone down that road, but you don't have to make him look like a fuckhead or an imbecile.
Or like an idiot. Thank you.
That's right. He doesn't need to drink milk from the tit. We don't need to see it.
Yeah, that kind of, I remember I had a big mouthful of popcorn and it just kind of stopped while I was trying to swallow it.
There's ways to do things. Okay, so we remember Anakin was born to Shmi, I think it was, in the first prequel. And then Qui-Gon, I think, asked, who's the father? And
there is no father.
There was no father. I birthed him. It's great. There's your setup. Okay, Rey could be the same kind of thing. Okay, well, let's explore that. how the Force managed, let's get the backstory to that. Instead of rehashing A New Hope and giving it, the same story plot, let's go into how that happened. The Emperor would be crushed. So let's see the Emperor being rebuilt, not this First New Order that are Nazis and like Trump. So fuck that shit off. Not everyone's from America. Not everyone follows your fucking politics. An example would be the recent Halloween. They're all saying that, a couple of the leads are saying the mob mentality was put in there because it was the Trump from the election with whatever the January 6th riots. It's like, hang on, that's maybe your meaning and what you get from it, but as an Australian watching Halloween Kills, I didn't get that. I got a small town where Michael was born. These murders have happened many times, and they now see them, and that's it. They're done with this fucking supernatural being called Michael. Now, yeah, it showed that you can create your own monster and go after the wrong killer. Great. But I didn't sit there going, oh, this is a Trump thing, this is the riots. So if I sat there with that in my head, then I'm not going to fucking enjoy the film. So no, that's not what.
You need to understand that entertainment has to be exactly that. Entertainment.
Exactly. We don't need to see people with COVID masks on because it's got COVID now. No, we're trying to escape from our fucking world with our own Nazis. And that's what I liked about Ghostbusters. It didn't have, the fucking mask and COVID bullshit going on. It wasn't a pure escape. It would be different
if it was set. If it was something that was specifically set with that as part of one of the set pieces. This happened during the pandemic, so everybody's in masks. But it's like it's being shoehorned all kinds of places. I'm tired of being scared, personally.
Shoehorning political stuff of either side into a film will fuck it over. Right. It will not have rewatchability, which this has rewatchability. Now, sure, there was one scene where one could say, oh, they inserted woke shit. But the way it was done to me wasn't woke shit. And this term woke gets thrown around so much for stuff that, even I have done it. And it's like, hang on, I'm thinking about, no, that's not actually woke. I'm getting programmed because I'm seeing all these shit things happening to thinking everything's woke. No. And the scene was Gozer, when someone said, oh, there she is, the girl or whatever corrected and said, no, this is Gozer, can be a she or a he, depending on what they want to choose. Great. We don't need any more. Just that explains what this demon is. Done. We don't need to sit there and get a lecture from a film about, genderless fluid fucking crap like some of these articles write. And a prime example of that would be, you remember the Lando fucking a robot?
Yes.
That meme that went around, oh, he's pansexual. No, he's not pansexual. The actor was asked, basically, would Lando do anyone do opposite sex and all this kind of stuff? And being the old actor says, well, Lando, he probably would, he's a flamboyant character. But that doesn't mean that he's going to be pansexual and fuck robots too. So the media, the far left woke media, turned that conversation into something about pansexuals, which it wasn't.
And pansexual, I'm sorry, but what does that even mean?
What they're trying to say is you've got bisexual, which you can do two things. Well, if you're doing something like another species, then, it'll be pansexual. So, and then they said, it's not just other species, it's other genders too. So if you're doing more than one gender, and then this whole, gender turned to sex, which I predicted it would happen. I said, look, I don't give a shit if you make your own genders up. This is back in 2016, 17, something like that. But when you start making laws and changing laws, like the license, which says sex, male or female, and then you add another sex, then we see your agenda, because you're linking gender to sex then, when originally you're telling us, no, sex and gender are separate. for us to accept all these different genders. But we knew exactly where it was going, and it's gone there. Oh no, it's a slippery slope, blah, blah, fucking blah. So, yeah, the whole furries and, we're not just furries, this is our gender now, this is our identity. And then you got the dickheads that do animals. It's like, excuse me, you're pansexual. Fuck off. And you're
a zoophile, and it's gross.
You've even got people
animals
now
can't consent,
wanting to include children. The pedophilia.
Yes, maps.
Pedosexual. No, call us maps, and maps now want to be accepted into the LGBT, and they wonder why. Again, I use the word majority, the normies in quotes, which is the majority of the world, the majority of the heterosexual, are now looking at that and going, is that really what the LGBT want? That's sick. And they're putting that sick shit and attaching it to genuine LGBT group that don't want that. But you can't blame them the way the fucking media and the way, the woke left, if I can use that term, are spinning shit.
Yeah.
It was even in our latest news thing, the Epic Times, which I don't know if you watch or not with Roman. The Epoch Times, Roman.
No,
Facts Matter is what it's called.
Don't.
But
you knew that.
No, I was trying to get you to watch it because he doesn't swing one way or the other. He presents the facts of what's happening. There was something about maps, unless it's been deleted by YouTube.
Would be unsurprising.
Yeah, it was pretty recent. And it looks like it has been deleted. I can't find it there. But yeah, they tried to take the whole, we are pedophiles and we're trying to get people to understand that we prefer to be called MAPs, minor attracted people.
Fuck out of here with that. Maps my ass.
Like, fuck off with that shit, eh?
Yeah, it's like, sorry, but dude, you're a pedophile.
So yeah, that's where it's trying to get normalized. You've even got things on TED Talks about they're just misunderstood, and not every pedophile wants to touch, and all that kind of bullshit. So stop normalizing this shit.
You could, there's this amazing thing that they could do called keeping it to themselves. Nobody wants to hear about that. Nobody wants to think about that. We sure as hell don't want to see it actually happen to someone. Because that shit fucks up real lives of real people.
Yep. I mean, they can argue to the cows come home that, their attraction to a kid is genuine and they would never hurt, blah, blah, fucking blah. And I'm thinking, dude. Right, okay, let's assume that your love is genuine for this kid. This kid is going to grow up to a teen and then to an adult. What happens then? Because they're no longer a kid, you're going to fall out of love with them. They're going to be fucked up, even if you haven't done anything at all to them but shown them love. They're going to be completely fucked up, regardless. That's best case scenario. People grow. So I don't care if they say they're attracted. No, fuck off. If you're a pedo, you deserve a bullet.
Thank you. I couldn't agree more.
Like this wanker Amos Lee, who has got an asylum now. He's a pedo supporter. Find anything that let's show him so you know what he looks like anyway.
Joshua isn't as smart as me. He's He isn't as smart. He just isn't. He goes to school, for God's sakes. I mean, he has he can do this for life. And I'm like, you like doing the scholarism thing. There's absolutely no reason you need to go to school because you.
This guy argues that, it's okay to have sex with kids. And he has this whole fucking website that he's gone through and written stuff about how it's consensual. And he also went from that into bestiality and the animals can give consent. And you're just thinking, what? And he says, yes, like if you put a lolly out and, a fucking animal licks it, then the animal is consenting. And we all know what it means.
You could also dip that lollipop in antifreeze and the dog is still going to lick the lollipop.
But these are the types of arguments this kid, this fucking pedo supporter.
You already made a huge name that I'm sure will be more profitable than whatever job you're gonna get with your degree or master's or honors or whatever. So yeah, prison and IMH is pretty swell for me, and that's in an even more undesirable circumstance than other people would have.
I know, Mr. Dax.
I basically do not have any books or at all. Okay, feminism is basically disguised as gender equality, but it isn't. Which is why it's called feminism. It's not called humanism. So yeah, feminists are assholes. They're biased. They basically, it's all about getting more right for females. And it's just pretty one-sided and biased, and they're not chilled with rape jokes. Yeah, you guys don't have voting rights, and Singapore does.
Okay, well, some of the things are fair enough. But yeah, when you get into the pedo shit, I don't know if it's on YouTube anymore.
It's got to be mirrored somewhere if somebody really wanted to find it. Yeah, people like this.
A Singaporean YouTuber currently living in the US has had his YouTube channel removed for being pro-pedophilia. Welcome back to What's Trending. I'm Candice Carrizales. You can subscribe for more social media news every day. Amos Yee had about 40,000 subscribers on YouTube and was known for his videos criticizing the Singaporean government, as well as
40,000 subscribers following.
Frequent screeds against Islam and Christianity. But now YouTube says his channel, Brain and Butter, has been terminated for violating YouTube's community guidelines. Yee believes this is likely because of the videos he posts in support of pedophilia. Good guess. In fact, he's posted to his website.
Yep, he's got a website about it here. Studies supporting, apparently.
Text from Studies, which he claims supports the notion that sex between adults and children isn't harmful, and that people far younger than 18 have the ability to consent to sexual behavior. And making those arguments on YouTube is in clear violation of their policy against child endangerment.
Yeah. So yeah, you can look into him at your own time. I don't want this channel to be deleted for bringing him up. He is disgusting, and there's people like that, and the reason I brought it up is because of this pro-pedo movement. It's trying to become normalized. Sorry, but it's not the LGBTP.
Yeah, we don't want them.
It's TikTok shit.
Green or blue, show off your natural hue. Flamingo, oh 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 oh. If you're multicolored, that's cool too. You don't need to change. It's boring being the same.
And everything's done under like the banner and flag of being nice and inclusive and supportive and loving and helpful. And this is why a lot of this shit can't get flagged down, because they're presenting it in a positive, loving, inclusive way.
Flamingo, oh 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 oh. You're pretty either way. Flamingo.
Now it doesn't say there anything about pedos, but we show the full screen. It's actually a playlist, and they're LGBTP. I'm not going to go through it all.
Yeah, that's
But
gross.
yikes.
Not just one yike, a whole tribe of yikes.
Even Snopes had to put a fact checked out because it was going so viral about the P. No, the LGBT isn't wanting to add the P, which is correct. But you see this shit everywhere. Again, quote, Normie's going to go and fact check this shit or just look at it and go, no, you can get fucked LGB and move on. That's all I can say is what the fuck's happening to the world.
Oh, what's happening to the world is somebody's agenda. Someone is making money. A lot of it.
That is all about money. I mean, it comes
Always all about money.
even the Pfizer shit, you know, whether you want to take it or not. There's been a request from the Freedom of Information Act for them to show all their information. And they turned around and said, oh, no, we can't do that. Let's try and set up a schedule because it's 300,000 pages of information. And we need to go through and redact certain sensitive information. And that will take us about 500 pages per month, which means we're going to need 55 years to go through all of this. So what the fuck? This is actually going to court. It's like,
wow.
I just can't believe this. Okay, if you're not willing to release all this information unredacted, how can I trust to take the vaccine? Oh, we had it ready in 108 days. Great. Then give them 108 days to redact information and then present it all. You know, fucking if it's safe, then show us the info. Obviously, there's side effects, but it doesn't affect everyone. But why? Because it's money, isn't it? And the vaccine now is coming in a pill form too from Pfizer. And we see every show presented by Pfizer or sponsored by Pfizer. So, oh, Jesus Christ. What the fuck's going on? So, no, 500 pages. 5 pages a day. Yeah, maybe. It's 500 pages a month was what they said. Yeah, let's have a look at that again. I think it was the latest one.
As we speak. Good evening.
I'll just show you the first intro part. You can watch this on your own if you want to, but
3 days ago, the FDA made an almost unbelievable request to a federal judge. And in that request, which I have right here, they asked whether they can take 55 full years to release all of the documents pertaining to the approval of the Pfizer vaccine. Meaning,
and that's all I'll play because it's his show. You can go watch it or not. But he presents the facts and he also links the source material. So he tries to stay as neutral as possible. But yeah, fuck yeah, 55 years. By that time, you know, the effects, well, I mean, if it's going to kill whoever it needs to kill, that'll happen, won't it? Do people over in Australia, unfortunately, Blackworm, a lot of them are buying into, because a lot of Australians believe the government blindly. Unfortunately, an anxious Aussie can verify that. There's a lot of us that don't, though, and we're getting pissed off with the mandates and the lockdowns and shit like that. I know what's going to happen. I'll predict it. I predicted it once before. Our no jab, no play, no jab, no pay rules, laws, which we have, for years now because of vaccinations for kids going to school. I believe that will be amended to include the vaccine passport. And we're going to have to show our vaccine passport before going anywhere. And we'll eventually have to do what everyone else is doing and get a booster every 6 months, or your vaccine passport will turn from green to red, which is what's happening in the UK at the moment, which is why it's important to follow what's going on around the world because it's all connected. Ironically, Western Australia doesn't really have any lockdowns or mass problems, and they've shut down their border, but their economy is still flowing. People are going to work, and they're the ones with the lowest amount of cases. They're the biggest state in Australia. But that's not being reported on. Much like I believe America's Florida hasn't been locked down, and they're not doing too badly. So I don't believe the lockdown.
Look at it. I haven't been.
I don't believe the lockdowns help.
I have stopped paying any attention to a lot of this because I either wind up getting scared or I wind up getting pissed off. I'm high risk. I'm one of the people that should be taking the vaccine, but I will sit right here and tell you that I would rather myself avoid people and myself mask up than hear that one person has been forced to take anything into their body that they don't choose to take into their body. And it makes me sick to hear that it's being forced on people, and it is. It's like, okay, well, you have a choice.
There's a new study that shows that the actual cloth masks do nothing for the virus, protecting you. Some surgical masks do. So the cloth mask is basically
your KN95 and N95 masks do work. But the reason they're doing it is to keep your droplets in than keep anybody else shit out.
They don't keep the virus out. They've looked into that. Unfortunately, we can't say too much now like we couldn't say much about Regeneron because YouTube banned it. But now it's been shown to be effective. You know, the I can't remember something chlorides or whatever the fuck they are. But we can't talk about that, or couldn't. But now we can. It's weird. But the mask thing, we can't really talk about it yet until they show those studies. But my belief is the mask is there to show people that there's an issue going on, a problem. It's more of a visual thing. There's also been a study about kids. They actually learn from people talking to them, watching their lips move, and not being able to see teachers' lips move is going to hinder their speech as they grow and get old if they have to be forced to wear masks all the time. So yes, it's a PSYOP, Kathy. Agree. No, that doesn't mean that I don't think there is a pandemic. Well, I think it's an endemic now. It's something that we're not going to get rid of. We have to live with, just like the flu.
It's endemic, yeah. Like this is a coronavirus. Coronaviruses
It's been around for ages.
Yes, the one thing that coronaviruses cause is something we all know and hate: the common cold. Mm-hmm. Rhinoviruses, coronaviruses are the two pathogens that cause that. Guess what? You can't get vaccinated for because it mutates too fast.
Oh, excuse me. So I just, originally when it first started a few years back, 2 years back, whatever, I personally said, don't lock anyone down. We're not going to be able to get rid of it, just like the flu. Let us all catch it. Those that die. Those that survive will be immune, and then we can move on. But we must focus on our elderly. Those are the people that are going to get hit hard. Let's focus all of our efforts and money on the elderly. Don't shut down everything. That was my thoughts. That was my predictions. And looking back, if they did that, we wouldn't be in the state we are now. But unfortunately, we're locked down. And the unvaccinated are starting to be treated like the virus, like a virus, a plague, which is
and there are
disgusting.
People that call people that choose not to get vaccinated plague rats.
It's like, hang on, excuse me. Those that are vaccinated can re-get the corona, just like those that are unvaccinated. Those that are vaccinated have more immune. Their immune system will do better than a vaccination. Those that have had it and got immunity to it and the vaccine are going to be more protected. So, yeah, and like Blackman says, it is an experimental thing. And this is exactly what we were saying about it was rushed out in 108 days through Operation Warp Speed with Trump. Fair enough. But the documentation about it, that giving him the all clear, is not being released. Oh, we need 55 years for that. No, something seems wrong here. G'day, Plague Doctor. How you doing, Zach? You're welcome to join us in the live if you're in the Discord. Oh, Jesus. So, yeah. Woke shit.
We'll have to, yeah, I will have to get the booster.
Forcing people to get boosters. I mean, if you need it because you're in that age bracket and you, fair enough. Not going to say don't get it. But unfortunately, it feels like we are getting forced into it, especially here in Australia, with our government and our so-called COVID passports. And then they say, oh, talk to a doctor. Yeah, sure, okay, but a lot of our doctors don't want to lose their jobs, and all of them are now forced to have the vaccine themselves, or they don't have a job. So they'll support it then. Hello, Boobo. Hello, Disabled Gamer. So it's very
like
hard
you have a choice. You can pick your bodily autonomy, or you can pick your job. You don't get to have both. And that pisses me off.
I've been trying to argue the point with my doctor, and being in a regional area, I don't have many choices with who I can see. And they literally don't want to talk about it with me. I don't want to talk about it. And it's like, hang on, excuse me. But, you know, what about the Hippocratic Oath and all that doctors take to do no harm? How does that fit in with, you know, the mandates? You know, oh, that's right, because we have a choice, right? Oof. Oh, hang on, Boobo. Boobo, the Mad Jester. Hello. You're in the chat now.
Dost thou have thy mic on?
Don't know. Might be muted. But yeah, it's getting harder and harder for us to do stuff, and there's going to come a point where if we don't get, like I said, with the Australian law of no jab, no pay, and they're going to link that to Medicare. Medicare's linked to your passport. They'll cut off all your fucking payments coming in. You won't be able to go and work without one, and so on and so on.
Pretty terrifying.
It's extremely terrifying and very, you know, done under the guise of, we're doing this for your health. Really? Where have I heard that before? Some Orwellian story. Stream elements. Sorry, Kathy. Yeah, we've banned a couple of words in the chat because of trolls. So yeah, that's, you've been timed out by Stream Elements for it. Sorry, that was an auto timeout. That was because of the trolls coming here and trying to fucking call everyone here a fucking pedo and all the rest of it. So I apologize for that. You'll be back soon,
There's
hopefully.
been some seriously unfortunate behavior by some people.
Yeah, where they literally create account after account after account, which is why I've had to put it on subscriber mode only, and after a certain time. Otherwise, these particular idiots will sit there and spam the chat, and it's like, Jesus Christ. Okay, get off my dick. I mean, fucking hell, I basically told you to fuck off, and you're still riding my dick. They're acting like fucking jealous lovers. So that's why I've had to set it up this way. Again, I apologize, Kathy. Just don't use the pedo word. But I totally agree with what you just said, Kathy. They're coming for the kids, and that's the pedo shit and the stuff they're including in classrooms, like drag story time. I mean, do you really need to be a big burly man with a skirt with your balls hanging out reading a story to kids? No. I'm sorry, but there's, you know, I draw the line at a lot of things when it comes to kids for their protection. So I'm not sure if Bubo is with us.
I don't know. I have yet to hear him say anything.
He says it won't let him talk. Just checking the settings. You're not muted. Bear with me a moment. Edit channel, permissions. Okay. Hang on. No, you should be able to speak. Interesting. Yeah, you've got white belt, so you should be able to talk. It's a glitch in the chat sometimes. Okay. That's Discord for you. Let's bring him back up. Testing.
Hello? There we
Hey,
go.
Now we can hear you.
So yeah, the settings were right,
Hello.
but Discord is playing up. So
Yeah,
but that's all right.
Discord has been weird for the past month.
Those that use
Wow.
Discord, let me go use something too. Those that use Discord, there is this add-on. The
How is
Discord
there one
enhancement
that's
project. You can install this, and it allows you to change the theme of your Discord into whatever type of theme you want to download. There's multiple plugins which allow you to see secret rooms or get extra emojis or allow the volume to be more than just 100%. Split large messages, so you can continue typing or split it into multiple different messages, so on and so forth. So that's a nice little add-on for Discord that I use. Feel free to go and have a look.
It's a nice little tool. I use it in one of my roleplay chats.
sounds familiar.
Yep.
Hmm.
Got two of them going. One of them is fantasy. The other one is space opera. Doing pretty well.
But Belle, Suit, how are you guys?
Good.
I'm painfully awake and probably going to be this way for quite a while. I
Fair
may or
enough.
may not have possibly had too much of an energy drink.
Well, I'm be available for the next 4 hours, so I got an appointment at 10.
Fair
It's like
enough.
6 o'clock here. What's this episode's topic? Well, actually, hold on. Let me.
I've got wokeness and how to
Wokeness, yeah.
and how disgusting it is, and how many people are actually getting hurt by it.
Yes, wokeness, forced diversity and agendas. You know, and they're doing it in such a nice, polite, what?
What?
Accident.
Is that your radio?
No, that was me
No, it's not
unplugging
me.
my mic. So, no, hold on. Can you hear me? There we go.
I can hear you.
Yes, we can hear you.
Sorry,
Sorry,
my mic. My mic
Yeah,
kind of
it's in-
unplugged on accident.
Fair enough.
I don't know how many times I've done that.
Yeah, I got up too fast and got attached to something. I need a wireless.
It's just the topic's basically wokeness, and you know how everything's been done in a forced inclusion and all that, but it's done in a nice, polite, umbrella of love type way that you can't go against it, if you will, or you're a bigot,
Yeah.
and you get, you know, And it's happening more and more to the point that, everything, almost The Onion is no longer, satire. What The Onion was talking about is now coming true.
All right.
And, the Babylon Bee, things that they talk about that were jokes are now coming true.
Which is really scary if you think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Can I just say I love The Onion? That a lot of their old stuff is genius.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's some funny stuff.
Really
Except
is.
these days, it's starting to not be quite as funny.
Yeah, there for a while they had a.
Sorry, go on.
For a while they've had a series called The Topical. It was the quarantine type episode. It's pretty funny.
I mean, one of the parodies was, having the gender neutral aisles for children in toy sections, and it's happening.
Oh,
and it's like, Jesus fucking Christ! And so, oh no, you got to have a gender neutral section and all this shit. And I'm thinking, okay, well, if I was a store owner, I'd have a boys section with boys' toys, a girls section with girls' toys, and a gender neutral section with an empty shelf. I'm adhering to the law. I'm providing a gender neutral aisle. There's just nothing on it. That's how I would go about it, being an arsehole.
Fair enough.
Or just make the whole thing, everybody gets to pick out the toy they want to play with, and it doesn't matter what your dangle is or isn't.
Well, this is the point, though, is they're doing that, and it's confusing people that want to buy toys for girls and boys. Like the older granny that goes into a shop and can't find a girls aisle, goes to find boys' pants or something for their grandkids, and their skirts there. Shit like that.
Yeah. Wasn't there
Hello, Disabled Gamer.
Going on, brother?
Hello.
Hey, Disabled Gamer.
Not much, just doing a third. Last week, we missed a week, people, because we're going to do this weekly, just get on and have a yarn and bring people up and talk about bullshit. And that's why we've decided to call the show Total BS, because it's bells and suit. So, welcome to join us each week if you want to get on and talk about shit. We're trying not to target individuals, but ideas and stuff like that. So, yeah, tonight's is about the wokeness and shit like that. Last week was Veterans Day. And,
I wasn't feeling it.
So, out of respect for her and other veterans, I thought, okay, we'll just have a show off and, we'll pick it up the week after. And I hope everyone had a happy Veterans Day.
Oh, I had a great Veterans Day.
Oh, good, mate. Good. You didn't, Bells. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Sadly,
it's never great for me, but that's my problem. That's not anybody else's problem.
Well, my daughter commands her ROTC flight, so she marched in the Veterans Day parade downtown here in Vegas. It was pretty cool.
Oh, lovely.
That's very cool.
So yeah, that's why. So yeah, we didn't have a show last week.
Here, let me show you. I want to send you a message, Suit.
Mm-hmm. There's not much happening in the general chat, and it gets purged 24 hours every 24 hours. That's for the new ones coming because of the trolls that we're having. But there's also a chit chat there for those that are above white belt that everyone can use. But if you want to get into the real chat, then you got to get yourself verified and reach out and let us know, that who you are. Because some people change their names, some people are pretending to be fucking trolls. So, we want to try and keep it clean and fun and all that kind of shit. But keep out the wankers.
Yeah, so Veterans Day was on the 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sadly, my grandpa passed on the 9th this year.
I'm so sorry.
November.
Sorry, man.
Yeah, he was a Vietnam vet.
My father was
Orange Yeah, the Agent Orange crap really messed him up. So it gave him like a lung disease.
Mm-hmm. It can fuck your lungs up. It can fuck your bones up.
Big time.
Go for your liver.
Yeah, he he had a lung disease and something called pulmonary fibrosis.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, but I was watching that. That's why I haven't really been available these past few weeks because I've been watching after him before he passed away on the 9th. So that's pretty much why I've been available.
So,
Fair enough. Family first, always, mate. I understand that, and heart goes out to you. I mean, those that are in the know, close to me, know that, I'm having my own fucking issues, which I'm not going to talk about live or in the normal open general because of certain trolls out there that will twist shit. And, so I relate. Just Disabled Gamer, yes.
Check your private message. I want you to take a look and see where my daughter got accepted into. You can show that if you want. There's no private information shown in that picture, but you want to talk about proud. It's the hell of an accomplishment.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. United States Military Academy, West Point.
Yes,
Oh,
sir.
wow. That's
Dang.
a big deal. Congrats.
Awesome. Well done to
That's
her.
some serious stuff.
Yeah, she's really, really excited.
I
Oh,
don't
that's really
blame her.
good.
That's
And they,
pretty amazing.
They didn't lower the bar because she was a woman.
Oh no, she's busted her ass in her entire life and throughout school, and that she's always been AB honor roll. She's always done extracurricular stuff. I mean, I got lucky with this kid, man. She's been one hell of an amazing child.
See?
That
So
is
very
so
Women can
motivated.
fucking do it. Women can do it. We don't need to lower fucking bars to let them in. You
Yeah,
lower the
she doesn't
bars,
say
you're
that
going
shit either.
to get people that aren't strong enough to protect you or your country.
Yep.
Oh, that's really good, and you should be extra proud of her. Again, because she's female, it's biology. Fucking kudos. That's amazing.
Agreed.
West Point. Damn.
Hmm.
That is amazing.
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah. Fucking awesome. So you two want to bring up any woke stories and shit that you might be annoyed with before we wrap up? We've gone for about 2 hours. We're trying to keep the shows around about 2 hours-ish, so it's viewable for the majority of people. Otherwise, it ends up being
It's tiring.
people complaining about 12-hour streams. I'm sure who would do that.
I got nothing. That's all. Like, the only thing I really had that was interesting the past few days was the burial, because after the funeral we had like a little ceremony for him, because he was a Native American, so we did a little bit of dancing around the fire and all that. It was pretty nice.
Nice.
What was it called? Yeah. My grandfather went through a lot of powwows. There we go, powwows. That's what it was called.
Yeah.
We had a little powwow for him.
That's
in
beautiful.
honor of his name and of his accomplishments.
Yeah, celebration of life.
Yep, celebration of life. There you go. He was a good man. Probably one of the most positive men in my life that I've ever met. And I could definitely learn something from him because I knowing my negative ass. That's all I got.
Thank you for sharing him with us.
Thank you.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I
appreciate you guys taking the time to listen.
You know what else
That's
has
what we do.
a life day celebration
What's
of
up?
life? Our favorite Star Wars has a
The
life
Incredible
day.
Hulk will not be presented this evening.
no, we're not going to watch it. It's the most terrible fucking special out there.
Is it the Christmas special for Star Wars?
Star Wars holiday special.
Oh my God. I remember that. I remember when it first aired. Ew.
Oh God. So that the whole thing's on YouTube. So
pretty sure it is. Unfortunately.
Yeah, the whole thing was on YouTube and that's how bad it was that they put the whole thing there.
Yeah, Life Day.
Although I will admit,
shit.
I will admit Christy is a really good singer though. Christy Fisher, or whatever her name is.
Carrie Fisher.
Carrie Fisher. Yeah, I don't know why I said Christy.
You're tired.
That's what happens.
Yeah.
Could be. The one for Chewie fans. Yeah, the one that had half the movie for Chewies. Speaking of Whoopi. With no subtitles. How much of this shit can we get away with? So yes, to wrap up, seeing some good examples of diversity and inclusion done right. Dexter, the new 9th season that's just started, 2 episodes in, and the Halloween Kills, how they had the gay couple that were living in the Myers house. Michael was not homophobic; he killed them because they lived in his house. He's a killer.
It's what he does.
Yeah, so there's a couple of examples. The new Ghostbusters, fantastic. Go fucking see it on the big screen. It's worth it.
Is it really?
Fuck yeah. Absolutely done well.
I'll have to go watch it in the drive-in.
Yeah, you need people need to go and see it on the big screen. They need to show Hollywood that this is the shit we want. And I mentioned also earlier that another example of things done right was the Cobra Kai series that continues the Karate Kid. So, give you a trailer of that. So those that haven't watched it can go and seek it out. You remember Mr. Miyagi and all that? What do you mean?
They tried to say Michael Myers. They tried to say Michael Myers was homophobic. Wait, what? I'm a little confused there.
No, because he killed two gay characters. It's the same with the It movie. In this part 2, It kills a gay guy. Oh no, it's homophobic. No, it's an evil clown that doesn't give a fuck who you fuck. Michael Myers doesn't give a fuck who you fuck. You're in his house, he's going to kill you.
Don't these people understand that it's a movie and not real life?
Apparently not.
I guess not.
But yeah, this series, the Cobra Kai series, continues on. It even has fucking jokes at the woke expense. Like, one example would be Johnny when he's dojo and he's talking about, his dojo's, it's for boys and girls. And then you hear him say, non-binary, what the fuck? And hang up, that kind of shit. Just small little slapbacks.
My uncle's been watching that show.
Here's the trailer. Brilliant series. If you haven't seen it, watch it.
Bonsai! Daniel LaRusso here for...
The ironic thing is, half the shit that Cobra Kai has, and it's not done by the YouTube Red anymore, or whatever, YouTube Originals, what it first was, but half the shit that is in there, YouTube wouldn't allow it if we did it. If we put it on the screen in our jokes or with our, the violence and shit, YouTube would strike us down. But because it's a YouTube original, it was promoted and it didn't matter what it said and all the rest of it.
LaRusso Auto. We are chopping prices on all of our inventory. Johnny? I knew it was you. This is Johnny Lawrence. He and I go way back.
Oh, this is the guy whose ass you kicked.
If you want to get technical, I kicked his face.
Hey, where you going, come man? Oh, I didn't know you guys were trying to buy beer. Hey! Watch your car, man. Get the hell out of here, loser.
Was that like Taekwondo or something?
It's karate.
Do you think you could teach me?
Fucking love
I'm
it.
driving home from work yesterday, and in this strip mall, I see... After 30 years, I thought that guy might have changed, but he's still the same prick. I heard you beat up a bunch of teenagers.
I didn't beat up any teenagers. I kicked the crap out of a bunch of assholes who deserved it.
Thinks he can bring Cobra Kai back to the valley? Not on my watch.
And just the way the new kids are introduced. Fantastic writing. How Johnny's arc, looking back from his view, Daniel was the antagonist. Things like that were included. And you see Daniel, now that he's rich and famous and all the rest of it, turn into an asshole, where Johnny turns into a good guy. Those kind of things are being played with in the series. Brilliant. Whilst introducing new characters that are built well.
You want those kids at school to keep dumping things on your head? You want all the girls to think you're a wangless dork?
You're gonna be my karate teacher?
No. I'm gonna be your sensei. I'm gonna teach you the style of karate that was taught to me. A method of fighting your pansy-ass generation desperately needs. Okay, let's see what you got.
She's a girl.
And?
Are you okay?
Girl's a natural cobra.
I fucking love it. And I think it's into its fourth series. We're waiting for number 4, where Silver comes into the play from Karate Kid 3. We've already had the other guy come into it in season 2 or season 3. So each season introduces a new old character.
Johnny, you and I, we aren't done.
But yeah, highly recommend that, as well as the new Dexter. So at least there's a couple of good things to watch. Got any other suggestions? Bells, Boobo, Disabled Gamer.
I'm here.
If you guys like good movies or old movies, try No Country for Old Men. That's a pretty good one. And if you want a series that holds off on another movie by the Coen brothers, try the new not the new one, but the first season of Fargo. That's all you got.
Never watched that yet.
Oh my god, it's so good. The first season's based off the movie from the 90s.
Okay. Cool.
And oh boy, it was genius how they did it. Coen brothers haven't ceased to disappoint. Like if you ever seen No Country for Old Men, that's a really good movie.
Very.
Yeah. Apparently, one of the characters in that movie, they actually did for that. He's one of the main characters, Anton Chigurh, they call him.
Yeah, Sugar. Yeah.
Yeah, Chigurh. There was actually a psychologist that did like maybe a lot of like different characters that would be considered like psychotic. And he was actually the first one on the list He's on the first one on the list to be considered the closest interpretation of a real life psychopath. It was crazy how they did his character.
Come on, trolls.
So you don't get that very.
Are we having troll problems?
Not really as much as the first episode where I got 26 idiots. Come on, you can do better. It's only 5. You can do it before it gets taken away completely. Oh, shit.
Fucking ass hammers.
They hate the fact that I'm back, that they can't fucking disturb the stream. They can't comment. And I don't want nothing to do with them. They hate all of that, and they hate mostly that people are still supporting me. They fucking hate that. But whatever.
Well,
let them hate it. I've got a new fucking show that might start up.
Oh, really?
Oh.
Might start up. I think it's Tales from the Corn.
Oh, this should be interesting.
Yeah.
Ring some bells for some people that know what has been going on with the trolls. Shit.
Yeah, those
I don't think
fools.
there's much more to talk about tonight. I think that's about it.
No?
So we might
my energy drink is wearing out.
might end it on a
I'm still weak.
sponsors. Oh, the movie Underwater was good. There's also a ghost movie out there that I'm going to be watching with Morningstar. Deep House, I think it is, or something like that. What's it called? The Deep House. It's a pretty good underwater ghost movie. Underwater house. Let's play something from our sponsor to end with. Thank you all for coming. I hope you come back next week. I'm going to do this weekly and probably introduce other things happening as well, but this one will be a weekly. Bells and I get together, talk about some bullshit, and get you guys on to talk about bullshit. The new Dune, that was fucking brilliant. I recommend going to see that and supporting that. And there is a part 2 that's already scheduled with the group Go Green, but go support them anyway. Give them the money so they can, we can show them what kind of movies we want. So, Cass, I know you're having problems with your dick, so we're going to show you this sponsor to help you out.
If you're like me, you find it very hard to keep your dick dry. I left my dick unprotected and it was warped out of shape in no time. I could barely recognise my own dick. Imagine that. Then I discovered Schaefer's New Zealand style dick sealant. The best way to take care of your dick in 3 easy steps. First, wash your dick with soap and water. Then, wait for your dick to dry. Once your dick is clean and dry, paint your dick with Schaefer's dick sealant. I used to be too embarrassed to invite people over to see my dick. But now, my dick's the talk of the town. I even have pictures of my dick. Check out that dick. I'm going to send this to my secretary. Barbara always loves to receive my dick pics. After all, summertime is all about spending time on your dick. I'll often have 20 to 30 people on my dick at once. That can really wear your dick out, causing dick splinters and discoloration. But with Schaefer's dick sealant, my dick stays a nice golden brown colour. Who wouldn't want a golden dick? I used to never let children anywhere near my dick. My dick was too dangerous for kids to play on. But it seems like every kid in the neighbourhood's been on my dick this summer, and they've all had a good time. My dick's over 70 years old, but it looks brand new. That's part of the reason all my neighbours are jealous of my dick. Isn't that right, Jim?
Yes, you've got a nice dick, okay?
His wife is always on my dick, begging me to know the secret of my perfect dick. If you like Schaefer's dick sealant, check out Schaefer's New Zealand style cock. I had a huge hole in my dick, but I fixed it by jamming some cock in it. You'd be surprised how many things you can fix by jamming cock into them. Have an extra large hole in your dick? Try Schaefer's African style cock. Just go to your local home improvement store and ask for the big black cock. Schaefer's New Zealand style dick sealant. Don't put it on your penis. There's also a helpful number on the back. Hi, I've got a question about my dick. Schaefer's New Zealand style... Hey, get that squirrel off my dick. He knows he's not allowed to come on my dick. Right around the time I turned 40, my dick became soft and spongy, and I never used it anymore. My wife wouldn't even sit on my dick, and the neighbourhood kids would all point and laugh. But that was before I discovered Schaefer's New Zealand style dick hardener from the makers of Schaefer's Dick Sealant. It keeps your dick nice and hard all year round in 3 simple steps.
First, grab a neighbour to help you, because making your dick as hard as a rock can be a two-man job. Then, rub the dick hardener into your dick, hard and fast. And when you get tired, take a break and watch your neighbour rub your dick.
It's fun to watch someone else rub your dick.
And finally, simply wait for your dick to get hard while you think about all the fun times you'll have this year on your rock-hard dick. I've rubbed my dick raw with other, inferior products, but that won't happen with Schaefer's dick hardener.
Because Schaefer's is committed to your dick, and the people at headquarters do nothing but think about dicks all day long. In fact, Schaefer's now has an entire new line of products specifically formulated just for your dick.
There's Schaefer's dick paint,
for when you want to play around with having a different coloured dick. And if you want to get rid of your dick entirely and start from scratch, try Schaefer's Dick Remover. The unique acid formula will melt away your dick in no time. And if you don't think it'll work, ask me mum.
Oh my
She used to have
gosh.
a dick. She just got rid of it when she met Dad. To be honest, I think Dad loved her more when she had a dick. It was enormous. Trust me, I've seen the photos. But most
I'm
importantly,
scared.
be on the lookout for the world's first dick vacuum. Schaefer's New Zealand-style dick sucker. Because why should you pay two guys you don't know to show up in a van and suck your dick for you? Now you can suck your own dick. All you want. Hey, why not make yourself some extra money and suck everyone in the neighbourhood's dick while you're at it? So join us on social media and tweet us a picture of your dick using the hashtag #ShowUsYourDick. Oh look, we've already got some.
Show us your dicks, big and small. Here at Schaefer's we can take them all. A dick in the front, a dick in the rear. We've serviced dicks our entire career. Schaefer's, it's good for your wood.
Schaefer's New Zealand-style dick hardener. It's like Viagra for your dick. I've shown my dick to people I work with hundreds of times, and they love it. Not just because I'm the boss. Hi, I'm Marty Schaefer, president of Schaefer's New Zealand-style products, such as Dick Sealant, Dick Hardener, Dick Remover, and my personal favourite, the Dick Sucker. Until recently, we used to refer to those all-important office presentations as PowerPoints. But in today's office, dicks are on the tip of everyone's tongue. And that's why our latest product focuses on the many dicks you're exposed to at work. Schaefer's New Zealand-style dick presentations. Guys, let's show them all the different dicks they can buy from us. Running a company can be challenging, and that's why I communicate to my clients and employees in the clearest way a man can in the corporate environment, with my dick. Oh, sorry. Careful me, Barbara. Even though we have all sorts of dicks, fast-paced dicks, flashy dicks, interactive dicks, inspirational dicks, persuasive dicks, and dicks just for the holidays, you can't just rock up to a meeting and whoop your dick out. Before I show my dick to anyone, I put it on the biggest screen I can find and then spend up to 2 hours poring over every detail of my enormous dick. It's the longest one at this office. Everyone's eyes widen when they first see it, but once they get their hands on the hard copy, they get the feel of my dick, and I like watching them do it. If your dick is boring, people can easily doze off because they've seen a dick like yours before. But with Schaefer's New Zealand-style dick presentations, you'll virtually slap them with your dick. Jim, wake up! What was I talking about? Your dick? Good, Jim. It's a good sign if Jim is following along. He's seen so many dicks, I'm convinced all he dreams of are dicks.
No more dicks. Get it out of my face. I've had enough.
Poor little guy. I've got to go now. I've done such a fantastic job presenting my dick around the office that I've got a meeting with the head of human resources. Hope it's a promotion. Kidding, I'm the president. I can do whatever I want. You wanted to see me, Kathy? Schaefer's New Zealand-style dick presentations. Try our dicks.
Oh my God, how long is this?
Good Lord.
That's 3 adverts put in one. All right, thanks for joining us. Hope you had a bit of a laugh. That's the whole point to these. So we will see you
Yes, indeed.
next week. Next week with some more bullshit.
7.
7? 8 o'clock here.
7
4
days.
o'clock there. 3 o'clock for you, maybe? Oh, I don't fucking know.
It is 5:30.
5:30 in the morning. Get
Yes, it
some
is.
sleep, Bells.
Apparently 7 over here.
Good night and good morning.